welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So today is a very exciting video because I'm going to share with you a new fragrance house. This house is called Julianna'S Perfume, and they sent me 2 of their discovery sets, which look like this. These are the boxes. Like I said, I have 2 of these, and when you open them, you have 5. These are not really samples. These are more than samples. I think they're 6 mils each. So travel sprayers, let's say. And like I said, these were sent to me for review, but the reason that I agreed to do this review is because when they approached me, they said that we're interested in your honest, unbiased opinion. And that's exactly what I'm going to give you here. Just because these were sent to me doesn't mean that I won't be honest with you. Of course I will be. It is very important for me to stay honest on my channel. And so I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about these. Now, when I received these 2 discovery sets, there was also a really nice card that came with it. I really loved that it was handwritten, addressed to me specifically. I thought it was a really great personal touch, which I definitely appreciate. Now, this fragrance house is an inspired by house. So they create fragrances inspired by other well-known fragrances. They have a website where they sell these discovery sets, which cost, I believe, $39.95 US. And they also sell full bottles, which cost about $59 or $59.95. Obviously, I don't have any of the full bottles, so I can't say anything about how they look. And you know that presentation and how everything is made is important to me. It's just part of the enjoyment of fragrances. And so I will share you my thoughts on the presentation and quality of the discovery sets because that's what I have. And I have to tell you that they're really well made. The boxes are really nice, sturdy, beautiful looking boxes. You open them and everything looks really nice. You take out one of these sprayers. It is well made. The presentation, the packaging is really, really good. Second thing that was important to me, were they clear on their website that these are not original scents, that these are inspired by? And I'm happy to tell you that yes, they do state it on their website. If you click on any particular fragrance that they have listed and start going through the description, the notes, etc., it does state that it is inspired by such and such. I can't remember the exact words that they use, but they do make it clear to their customers that these are inspired by. Now, when I first received these discovery sets, I did not read any of the notes. I didn't read what they were inspired by. I just wanted to spray them and to see if I will recognize any of the scents. And I recognized 2. Now, to be fair, once I read the inspirations behind these, I realized that there are quite a few that I actually don't own or have never tried. So I can understand why I didn't recognize many of those. And as I go through the list, I will tell you which ones I recognized right away. Also, because there are 10 different fragrances here, obviously I haven't had a chance to wear all of them, but I did test on my skin a few of them, and I definitely tested all of them on paper. These will not be my first impressions, and because there are 10 of them, I will be going through them fairly quickly to make sure that this video is not very long. I am not going to go into all of the notes, just kind of briefly tell you what the fragrance is about, what is inspired by, and what my thoughts about it are. These are in no particular order, so let's start going through them. The first one that I have is Aphrodites Rose, and this is inspired by Initio's Atomic Rose. And I was really excited to try this one because I have a sample of Atomic Rose, which I've tried and I really, really like. Now, I will be honest with you, I did not recognize the scent when I first sprayed it, but this was one of the scents that I tested on my skin, and the reason I tested this one is because this is definitely one of my favorites. This is a beautiful kind of deep, thick, kind of rosy scent. It is, in my opinion, quite similar to Atomic Rose, and it does have good performance. It is maybe slightly fresher than Atomic Rose, slightly, but overall I would say it is very, very close, and on its own it is a beautiful scent with a really good performance. So this was definitely one of my favorites. Second one is Aurora. And this was one of the scents that I recognized when I first sprayed it, and this is inspired by Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540. Now, even though I recognized the scent when I sprayed it, because it definitely has that 540 DNA, I will tell you that this is not the best dupe that I've ever smelled. I think there are quite significant differences. Mainly in the opening, I think it is a lot more floral than 540. And on a dry down, it is a lot more medicinal than 540. So, like I said, even though I definitely recognize the DNA, it is not the best dupe. And you know, there's so many dupes of 540 out there, and I've definitely smelled much better dupes. Next one that I have is called Bad B, B being a bad word, which I'm not going to say on my channel. And this is inspired by Armani Rouge Malachite. I don't have the fragrance, but I have sampled it quite some time ago. So I am relying on my memory of that scent, which might not be very accurate, but that's what I'm gonna go with. And of course, this fragrance is about a tuberose. And as you know, I do not like tuberose, so this is not my kind of scent. I would not wear this, but I would not wear most of the scents that have tuberose in it. But from my memory, I think the scent is quite similar. And again, my memory could be wrong, but from what I remember, the scent is quite similar. It is a nice tuberose scent. Again, not my cup of tea, just because I don't like tuberose. Next one is Floral Extract, and this is inspired by Dior Blooming Bouquet. And believe it or not, I have never owned or tried this fragrance. And this is of course a fragrance that's about rose. It has orange, peony, a few other fragrances, and basically it is a fresh green floral, a fresh green rose. It is pleasant, but it is quite light. This was also one of the scents that I tested on my skin because I enjoy rose scents, but it was pleasant, but at the same time it was very light, and for that reason the performance was not very good. So pleasant, but I wouldn't say it's worth it because performance is just not there, and it is just pleasant. There's nothing extraordinary about it. Next one is called Heavenly Soul, and this is another inspiration by Dior. This one is inspired by Gris Dior, which is another fragrance that I have never tried, so I cannot speak about similarity to the original. Some of the notes in here are amber, rose, tonka, cinnamon, vetiver, amorous, and basically this smells like kind of green, woody, patchouli type of scent. Patchouli is quite earthy, and then it has some green notes and it has some woody notes. Again, nothing that really impressed me. It's an okay scent. It's not offensive, but it's also nothing that excited me, nothing that I really wanted to wear. And again, I cannot speak about similarity to the original. So these are my thoughts about this one. Next one is Love Triangle, and I was really excited to try this one when I read what it was inspired by, which is another Dior fragrance. This is Amber Nuit, and I was really curious about this fragrance. Obviously, it's an amber type of scent, and I have to tell you that this was probably one of my biggest disappointments among these 10, because this really didn't smell like much of anything. I really had a hard time identifying any individual notes. I didn't really smell amber in it. It was very generic, unidentifiable type of scent to me. Highly disappointing. Again, pretty light. So this definitely was not a good one from the set of 10, at least for me. Please remember, these are my honest opinions. Next one is called Monroe, and this one is also inspired by Dior. You can see that there are many fragrances here inspired by Dior. This is Dior Peony, again a fragrance that I have never tried, but as you can imagine, it's a peony scent. So it does smell like a slightly sweet peony, extremely light and fleeting kind of scent. And yes, often peony scents are very light, and this was definitely on a lighter side. Pleasant, but nothing special, and performance was really bad. Next one is Red Carpet Affair, and this is again one of those fragrances that I was really excited to test, because this one is inspired by one of my favorites, Angelique Noir from Guerlain, which you know I have and I love. So I was really curious about this one, and some of the notes are similar. There's vanilla, angelica, some other notes. When I first sprayed it, I have to be honest, I did not recognize this scent, and even now, knowing that it is inspired by Angelique Noir, I wouldn't say that they're similar. Yes, this one also has kind of a green vanilla vibe, but it definitely has more sharpness in it. It is not as well blended as well. It is not rounded, it is not smooth. It is kind of sharp, and I don't think it is similar to Angelique Noir. So it is a pleasant scent, but I would not say that this is a dupe of Angelique Noir. Next one is called Selfish Kind of Love, and this one is inspired by Dior Addict. And I've mentioned before that although I love vanilla, for some reason Dior Addict just, I never clicked with that fragrance. There was always something in it that really bothered me. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's some kind of spiciness in it that doesn't work for me. It's not that it's too spicy, but it has something in it that I'm just not liking. So that's why I never bought a full bottle, but I've definitely tested it multiple times. So I'm very familiar with this fragrance. So I was really curious to test this one because I thought, okay, what am I gonna think about it? Am I not gonna like it just like I don't like Dior Addict? Is it similar? Well, it is similar, but again, it is not a dupe. It is definitely inspired by. It does have vanilla. It does have some spiciness, but I will be honest with you, this is definitely one of my favorites here, and I actually like it more than I like Dior Addict, because I find that that spicy element that bothers me in Addict, I'm not finding here. Yes, it has spiciness, but it's a nice kind of smooth spiciness. Overall, I find this scent smoother than the original Dior Addict. So this is definitely my favorite, one of my favorites from the set of 10. I really liked this one. And we're left with one more, which is called Wicked Good, which is inspired by Lancôme Oud Bouquet. And this was one of the two that I recognized immediately as soon as I sprayed it. I said, yeah, this is, I think this is Oud Bouquet. And then when I checked, yes, it was Oud Bouquet. So this is really oud and rose with some sweetness. And yes, it is recognizable, it is similar, but again, it is not identical. Although this is definitely one of the closest dupes in this set. I would say oud in here is slightly stronger, and maybe sweetness is slightly subdued, but these are not huge differences. It is definitely recognizable. Like I said, it is a nice rose and oud type of scent for those that like it. It is definitely really nice. And again, this was one of the scents that I tested on my skin, and as you can imagine, for this type of scent, performance was really, really good. This probably had the best performance out of the ones that I tried. So there you go. These are my thoughts on these fragrances from Julianna'S Perfume. I will have a link to their website in the description, so definitely check them out if you are interested. Thank you, Julianna'S Place, for providing me these discovery sets and giving me an opportunity to test them and share my views and opinions with people watching my videos. Again, these are affordable dupes or inspired by fragrances of other maybe more expensive, well-known fragrances. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and definitely let me know if you have tried anything from Julianna'S Place, or if you're interested in trying anything from this new brand. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!